Welcome into Hawk Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside Gabe Sustick, I'm Chris Morales. Well, another tough day for the Harbor Hawks here at Doran Park against the Bourne Braves. This time they fell to the Bourne Braves by the final score of 4-2. It was an interesting ball game. Blake Quinn had his second start here for the Harbor Hawks. Not a bad one, but the defense behind him and some spotty hitting was really the be-all, end-all for the Harbor Hawks today.
Yeah, Chris, no doubt. A solid game by Quinn after the first game against Wareham, where he somewhat struggled. Did not struggle that much, although it was a two-run first inning. It was an odd error play there at first base where the runner got home there to make it 2-2. Obviously, you can't blame Quinn for that. He wasn't a part of that. He did do well the rest of the way, although an undisclosed injury that we do not know about as of right now was able to take him out of the game. We hope he is well on that. But obviously, Chris, it's more than that. It's also the offense as well.
Yeah, the offense struggled just a little bit. They did manage 7 hits, but could not do anything with it. And Gabe, the Harbor Hawks, again, their Achilles heel bit them this time. 5 runners left on base, and 2 in a big spot, 1 on second and 1 on third earlier on in the ball game. And that was really the undoing. If those 2 runs would have came in, perhaps we're talking about a different ball game.
Yeah, that's been the story of the Harbor Hawks for the past 2 games so far. It's been they've gotten hits, but they haven't been able to make do with runners on base. You saw it against Wareham. It's been that the pitchers have been good against them, but also the defense behind them, and the Harbor Hawks just not having the same kind of hitting where they get it in the right spots and they get it in the right places during the few games, especially in that doubleheader.
There was one lone bright spot for the Harbor Hawks today. Blake Taberry, the third baseman out of Louisville, he had himself a 3-for-4 ball game, and he had 2 RBIs. He's our Hawk Talk player of the game, and Sammy O'Brien caught up to him after tonight's ball game.
All right, thanks guys. I'm here with today's player of the game, Blake Taberry from Louisville. Blake, you went 3-for-4 on the day. Also got your first start in the field at third base. What was it like playing your first complete game, getting three hits?
It was nice. Got here about a week ago. Didn't really get acclimated yet. I had a long drive in. I got a few DH starts, but it was good to just get in the back of the flow of the game. It's always fun just playing every day, but especially when I got a couple guys I go to school with that are in the other dugouts, so it was fun.
Speaking of the other guys, Nick Solak, your teammate back at Louisville, opened up this game, ended up scoring the winning 2 runs with his RBI triple there. Are you going to talk to him after the game?
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit, but I'm sure we'll text each other back and forth. Me and him, I've lived with him. We've been roommates the past 2 years, so we got a real good relationship. So I'm sure we're going to text back and forth tonight.
And then I got to talk about it. It's been quite the conversation off of the field. Your hair, you got some frosted tips there. What's the story behind that?
Well, coming out of a conference tournament, we ended up going 1-2, and we ended up getting a national seed. So I knew if we had success in the regional, we'd be at home for the postseason super, try to go to Omaha. And I just decided to try to do something. Try to get a little mojo, got a little team camaraderie. Just try to lighten the mood. Just try to bring some sort of different mojo to the team.
All right, hopefully you bring that mojo here this summer. Already got a little bit there. Player of the game, Blake Taberry, back to you guys.
Thanks, Sammy. With the loss, the Harbor Hawks fall to 7-3 on the season. A solid start so far. They'd still maintain a 2-game lead over the entire Western Division. And tomorrow's going to be another big game, interdivisional matchup this time, 5:30 p.m., White House Field against the Harwich Mariners. Harwich struggling a little bit in tonight's game against Orleans, but obviously the Harbor Hawks trying to get bouncing back from 2 straight losses, and tomorrow's game is going to be important.
Yeah, no doubt, Chris. Obviously, you weren't going to go the whole season without 2 straight losses on the season, but now, if Your Highness, you need to make sure you don't go that much further. You gave momentum to Bourne already, and obviously that's not the best thing you can do, but now what you have to do is just refocus, go out there, play Harwich. You've already played them once before and have been able to beat them, so you know they're capable of doing the same thing again.
Absolutely. The Harbor Hawks will play once again 5:30 p.m. at Harwich, another road game, but the Harbor Hawks trying to turn around this season as they've dropped their last 2 games straight. So, Gabe, unless you got anything else to add, I think that's going to do it here from Doran Park. For Gabe Sustick and Sammy O'Brien, I'm Chris Morales saying thank you so much, and so long. We'll see you at White House tomorrow.